When I was 3 and Bailey 4, our parents sent us away to live with our grandma and her disabled son, Willie. She lives in Stamps, Arkansas, where she owns a shop and is well respected by the people of the town, even though she's a black woman. It was cooped up in this little town that Bailey and I grew up. Everything was going fine until our parents came back in the picture. Our father, Big Bailey, took us in to live with our mother. My mother, Vivian, was a bright fire. Her boyfriend, Mr. Freeman, was living with her and seemed to be constantly waiting for her. When waiting became too much, something changed in Mr. Freeman. It was confusing. I couldn't understand. Why was he acting this way? I thought he was becoming the father figure I never had. But suddenly he threatens Bailey's life and pushes me away. He hurts me. And then silence. A man was dead because of me, because I had spoken, because of words that had passed my lips. A human being was gone from this world. I decided then and there that no word would pass my lips again.
It was my silence that sent me back to Stamps. My life was a whirlwind from there, with 1,000 ups and 1,000,000 downs. I met Miss Flowers, who drew me out of my silence with words alone. I evoked the wrath of a white woman to stand up for my name, watching as my revenge spilled over the floor with a crash. It was when tragedy struck once more that I returned to Vivian and my real adventures began.
I spent a scary night in Mexico that ended with me driving my drunk father across the border. I was stabbed with scissors by my father's angry girlfriend. I ran away and spent a few months on the street with other kids my age. When I returned to Vivian, I triumphed over those trying to keep me back and got a job that only white men had gotten before. I watched as Bailey and my mother grew more and more apart.
But what seemed to be the biggest mistake was the thing that changed my life in the most positive way. It restored my faith in myself. You don't have to think about doing the right thing. If you're for the right thing, you do it without thinking.
The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends. He dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky.
But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing.
The caged bird sings with fearful trill of the things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of
The freed bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own.
But the caged bird stands on the grave of dreams.
His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream.
His wings are clipped and his feet are tied,
so he opens his throat to sing.
The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom.